All right, thank you. Thank you for joining the Top Keys. My name is Bharat Patel, and today I have a good friend of ours, a good friend to the industry, Carol Dover from Florida Restaurant Lodging Association. So Carol, tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you get started in the industry?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was born and raised here in Orlando. Lost my dad when I was 12. And times were tough. My mom had 3 kids, and there was a hotel family here called the Claytons. And Mr. Clayton called my mom and said, "Send her over. I'll put her at the front desk."
Wow.
And at 14, I started working for the Claytons here in the hotel business. And then
This was the mid-'80s?
Mid-'70s.
And it's a red car?
No, you want to know what's really funny? You want to know what one of my first jobs was outside of front desk? Nobody remembered. Do you remember Lily Tomlin? Do you remember how you used to go one ringy dingy and you put the... I literally had that switchboard where I had to pull and answer, hold please, and stick it back in and pull. So, I mean, that's something that this generation would never remember.
Right.
Anyhow, fast forward, I graduated very young from Winter Park High, not because I was
Great
smart,
high school?
but I went to Florida State at 17, and just because of the hotel side, I started waiting tables, putting myself through college, and fell in love with the business. And I never left. Got a hotel and
So it sounds
restaurant
like hospitality
degree.
is your first love.
My first and,
Your second.
well, my second and my last outside of my husband and my faith.
Right.
But I put myself through college waiting tables. Those days were...
Was it a particular restaurant in Tallahassee?
The Brown Derby.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And then the Sea Fox.
Okay.
Yep. I fell in love with my husband at the Derby, and they didn't allow the 2 of us there, so I had to leave and go work for the Sea Fox. But it was a great journey, and then it was just a natural to get a hotel and restaurant degree. So there it is. And then I became under Governor Martinez, which we were just talking about, hotel and restaurant director for the state.
I think it was 89, I think.
It was, yeah, good memory.
I tried. So Governor Martinez, and I think we did meet because Governor Martinez had a forum on hospitality tourism. I was not a hospitality tourism major, but we drove up from Gainesville to Tallahassee. And so it's amazing at that time, agriculture was the #1 industry, right?
It was.
And 1A or 2 was kind of like real estate, right? And so tourism was kind of an afterthought. And so do you want to cover how did you start with the Florida Restaurant Association and how did it become FRLA? And
Sure. I went to work for the beer industry of Florida out of college. I had a hotel opportunity to go to Texas, Houston, Texas, to the Galleria, but I was in love.
Right.
And happy to say my 48th wedding anniversary is coming up in a few days.
Congratulations.
But I wasn't going to leave the love of my life.
Sure.
So what am I going to do?
Right.
There's not a lot in Tallahassee. I went to work for the Hilton Hotel for a few minutes and then got this job offer to go to the beer industry.
Awesome.
Spent 10 years there. Learned a lot about...
Now, were you a lobbyist or were you working
Well,
there?
I was so young. I was the assistant executive director to the director. But I learned so much about lobbying. Back then, in those days, the beer lobbyist was the kingpin. Truly the most powerful lobbyist on the planet. So I got to learn under the best of the best. And got to be my board, August Bush, some of the biggest icons in the industry, Roger Maris. And I fell in love with lobbying. So now I'm passionate about hotels, but love trade association world. So my husband will tell you that I probably said this when I was born, but I literally said it then. I want to be the head of either the hotel or the restaurant association one day.
And we had 2 back then.
We did. We had 2. And the FRA job came open, Florida Restaurant Association, and I applied and got the job. Thank you, Jeb Bush, because he was a huge advocate for me to get the job. And then in 2000, I should have this committed to memory, and at least one, the Hotel Association asked us to take them over. They were having some financial challenges.
As happens, and it was 2000, so that was a rough year for a lot of people.
And so we became the FRLA, Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association, and
that's
we've
the
never
pin you
looked
wear
back.
today.
That's the pin I wear today, somewhere. And we never looked back. Then I will tell you that I have been incredibly blessed with a team that has been with me, most of them, or many of them, 20 plus years. Some the full 30. And so
I think I met a few.
It's been a great journey. I've truly, I love this industry. I'm very passionate about it.
Right.
And unlike a lot of lobbyists that have like a book of business, thank God we have them.
Right.
We don't. We have one book of business.
Right.
If it's not hotels, restaurants, or tourism,
Right.
it's not in our sphere.
And so you've been through, the recession after 9/11, right?
Yes.
So 02, 03 was really bad.
It was tough.
You got the Great Recession, 2008.
8, 9.
Right? And then we've got the Gulf oil spill, April 2010. If you fast forward 15 years, we're going to face a lot of challenging issues.
Yes,
so,
we are.
It's great to be in the industry. It's great to be in that trade association for all these years. What do you see coming forward? And what should our hotel owners, operators, restaurant owners, operators be ready for?
Bharat, honestly, I'm going to tell you, if we don't fix this labor crisis,
Right.
we're going to continue to spiral down.
Right.
It is really becoming a 911, and I don't know if our elected officials have a real appreciation for what it's like to own an establishment, whether it's a hotel, restaurant, or a landscaping business, or a roofing company, or because I don't care.
Right.
When 30% of your staff or 50 or 60% of your staff has to leave.
Right.
And they're hard, dedicated workers that have been with you 20 years.
Right.
There are people closing their doors. I can tell you of Starbucks that now can't even open on certain days of the week because they don't have employees.
Yeah.
So at what point are we going to, I just hope and pray that we come to a conclusion of this before we crash.
Right.
And I'm not being overly dramatic about it. I mean,
I don't think so either. Sheriff Grady Judd, one of my favorite sheriffs in the state of Florida,
him.
He was on TV talking about we got to find a pathway. The border's secure,
Yep.
right? We have great law enforcement.
Right.
What do we do next? Right.
Well, we come up with a guest worker program that we spent quite a bit of time and money developing with some of the best immigration lawyers, and developed basically language. It is very black and white. You had to be in the country 5 or more years.
Right.
You could not have a criminal record. You get a driver's license, allows you to legally go to and from work, and you get a work authorization Social Security card only that allows you to pay taxes, novel idea, come out of hiding, pay your taxes, have a vehicle to drive to work, but you are not a citizen. It is not amnesty. You cannot vote.
And it's not a pathway.
It's not a pathway. It's just give them an opportunity to work. Every year they have to be reauthorized. If in that year they have committed a criminal act, they're out. There's no second chance. It's one opportunity.
There's no admin hearing or nothing like that.
We've had this drafted, and sadly, it's a tough one because it's a federal issue.
Right.
But hopefully, one day soon we'll get something figured out.
Yeah, we always talk about at AHOA and the other associations about, how do we help our members make more money, save money, and protect their investment. And this is like, it's all three. You're right about labor. I've never seen it this bad. And in our industry, it's hard to leverage technology. It's hard to put a kiosk, it's hard to put a robot there. Because, you can have a robot pick up the dishes and move it to the back. But don't you want to talk to someone?
We're in the hospitality business. What are we going to do? Talk to this? No, we have to keep the human touch. I'm with you. I could take my dishes, but for God's sakes, don't come in and take my order and take it to the back of the house and prepare it and fix it and bring it to me, and I don't get to talk to a person. No,
I've seen them bring their device, and it's like amazing. They just go click, 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 and the food's ordered. Right. That's great. So the restaurants are facing challenges. Hotels are facing challenges. Other than labor, what else? The next few minutes, can we talk about that this industry really needs help?
Well, housing is another critical issue.
So affordable, attainable housing.
In Key West, we're busing them from Homestead. Hours.
That's a good hour and a
hours.
half. Yeah.
More than that, to go all the way to Key West. They work an 8-hour shift, and then they drive all the way back home. So we've got to come up with some fix with affordable housing. It's an area, probably not the most popular thing to say even on a podcast, but I'm going to say it anyway. We have a lot of short-term rentals in this state.
We do.
And I wish we could come up with a partnership with our short-term rentals to help us with our housing crisis. It would be continuous clients that it's not like we're going to only be here for a week. We could we could rent some of these short-term
On
rentals.
off days too,
Yeah,
right? And we have the technology. We have that magical device that we carry all the time,
right.
and it can help us.
That's right.
Like, you know,
Absolutely.
and that wasn't possible before.
I know. Yeah.
So, you know, we've covered labor, we've covered short-term rentals. What do you see coming up at the next session here in 2027? After we've celebrated our 250, now what are we going to do next?
Okay, so next session we have a couple of ideas of some things we want to do. We're going to try to tighten up some tort reform language. We're finding that there are a lot of insurance companies that are insuring our hotels and restaurants that I'm just going to grab an issue. Let's say you have an unknown human trafficking, sadly, event in your hotel. There are some of these insurance policies that are declining. They have it in that small print where you don't see it. You know, some are declining, even slips and falls. There are things that.
So these exclusions, basically.
So these exclusions. So we're going to try to work on that. The 80-20 rule, which is a federal rule that you know we were so excited when it passed federally, but now there's a little bit of a loophole. And some of the good trial lawyers are finding a way to sue our Florida hotels and restaurants, and so we're going to try to file some legislation, to tighten up that 80-20 rule. I just had a very interesting one that I've never heard of before. So I was just meeting with Brian Wander here, the GM here at this lovely hotel, and Lee.
So Renaissance,
We're at the Renaissance in Orlando at SeaWorld. Lee is his CFO. And apparently, Florida has this very unusual glitch in our tax form that if you check in and you're a 501c6 or C3 and you're a trade association and you have a tax ID number, they literally told me it holds them up so long because of the paperwork that they'll have lines all the way out the door, all the way across the lobby, out the door.
And this is leisure travel.
And this is right. And this hotel happens to do a lot of association conferences. They just had FSAE. So we're going to look into what does it take to
streamline.
Because the federal, they said it's easy, but the state law is very cumbersome. So I just found out a few minutes ago that we're going to try to fix that for our members.
Well, look, I travel, and I think we talked post-COVID. There's nothing like meeting people, seeing people, and trying to find a way to do more business together, right? Whether it's association business or other stuff. So,
and I appreciate that you've always been involved and an advocate at FRLA, and I want to thank you for that. I think we work very well with the HOA, but we're still two different trade associations, and I think it's important that you still stay engaged at FRLA.
Right. I think we do complement each other, especially in Tallahassee. So, how can people get in touch with you?
My email is cdover@frla.org, and we are right across the street from the state capitol. We have, in our hospitality business, I learned in college, there's three things. I'll never forget it because I missed it on my first exam. Location, location, location.
Right.
And our headquarters has the best location in Tallahassee.
I agree.
And so please come see us, and don't hesitate to reach out if there's anything that the association can do to help you in the hospitality and tourism industry.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for coming out, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Let's do it again.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.